No, I never. Oh, never
Yeah.
did anything with her.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, because I know I met you through her, but how did you guys meet? Like, are you is she your trainer? Like, what's the connection?
No, we met at I went to South Florida to visit my sister that lives in the
Oh,
area,
okay.
and she was in an event, I think a gym opening,
Okay.
and I was invited, and she was invited, and
Wow.
Vladimir Salas was invited. So
Wow.
Vladimir, I met him in Belfast, and then
Mm.
really good programs.
Nice.
I started
Nice.
following that. So that's how
Yeah.
I met her.
Oh, that is super dope. That is amazing. I love that. Like, I always love knowing the connections that people make and how they make it, you know?
Yeah. And
But
through
she's
her, I met a bunch of people. She also had like a little live every week.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if you
She did.
knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you ever hop on that?
Yes, a few times.
I don't remember you. Because I would hop on there sometimes too.
Yeah, I don't think I saw you.
Okay,
Maybe the
okay.
times that I joined, you weren't there.
I wasn't there. Exactly. Exactly. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Everyone else should be hopping in too. Sometimes it kind of takes them a little later to hop in, but I just want to know a little bit about you too. Like, I guess like your fitness journey. How did that all start? I know we kind of chopped it up a little bit, but if you want to just share it a little bit before everyone else hops in, like how did your fitness journey start? What started it?
It started kind of late in life. I'm
Mm.
42 now.
You're 40.
Uh,
No, no. No, I don't believe it.
yeah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't
Yeah.
believe it.
I have a teenager son. He's 17. So yes, I started late in life. Well, I think I always been kind of active. It's just I never knew what to do and how to do it. So I started like doing different random programs. You know how that you see, do this and you will lose 10 pounds by the end
Mm-hmm.
of this challenge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All lies. All lies.
Yeah, and you're like, oh yeah, I definitely can do that. And I hurt myself. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't know how to do everything at the gym. And it's like it, I think fitness is not very affordable for everybody. And maybe just not you're not prioritizing. Maybe that's the
Sucks.
word. You
Sucks.
don't prioritize your health.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, well, I can do things by myself. I don't have to pay a trainer. I don't have to really like get that one-on-one interaction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you quickly realize that you might need some instruction.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. And people hurt themselves sometimes,
Yeah.
you
Well, I
know?
did hurt myself. I think I had a really bad pinch nerve in my back, and or something got pinched. I don't know what got pinched. Something got pinched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something got pinched.
Something got pinched, right?
Yeah, something got pinched, and I was out of commission for like 6 months. So I was like, I need to find something, and I didn't know what to
Yeah.
do. There's a lot of confusion out there, especially social media like portrays
Mm-hmm.
everything so easy to
Mm-hmm.
hop into it, and then you do something wrong in the gym, and I don't know, you tear something,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you don't know. So I live in Woodstock, Georgia. It's close to
Nice.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, we gotta link up sometime. I didn't
We
know that.
have to. We
Yeah,
have
we have
to.
to. What the heck? Yeah. I thought you were
And
with
then,
Chanel. I thought you were in
huh?
Florida. I thought you were in Florida with
No, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. I live
Okay.
here.
Okay. All right. We'll link up. We'll link up for
We
sure.
definitely have to hang out. Do
Absolutely.
something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At least work out. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I love it.
So I found Pilates and I loved it. It literally took all my pain away, all my back pain, knee pain. I had all the pains.
Yeah. All the pains.
All the
Yeah.
pain. Yeah, and people say, "Oh, age is just a number." It can be,
Mm,
but it's not all the time.
yeah. Yeah. You
You,
feel the difference.
yeah, I mean, you start losing muscle mass, right? Really fast,
Facts. Yeah.
and also coupled with women that go 35 and maybe even younger than that start going to perimenopause, and you start experiencing a bunch of different changes in your body, and you don't really know how to handle that. You
Yeah.
still get the hot flashes even like
Yeah.
young as
Oh my goodness.
35,
Oh my goodness. Wow.
and you start losing all this muscle mass. And if you don't have any muscle mass, then what do? You
What
start
do you
getting
do?
in pain,
Yeah.
your joints hurt
Yeah.
because you don't have the muscles developed. So
Wow.
Pilates helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped doing it because it got too expensive.
Mm. Oh
And then
wow.
all the pains came back.
They came back. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
You're like, oh my goodness. Then I
Yeah.
found kettlebells and I got stuck doing that. But I also hurt myself doing kettlebells.
Doing kettlebells.
Yeah. Not
Chanel. Did Chanel
because,
hurt you? Did Chanel do that?
no, no,
Okay,
no, no,
okay.
no. And not because even nothing that anybody did. It's just because, again, I started doing stuff.
Yeah.
I went to Belfast. I took 7 classes in 2 days.
Oh.
My husband was like, what are you doing? Are you What are you
Yeah.
taking 7 classes? Your body's not ready for that. I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Can you imagine me just like swinging
Seven,
kettlebell?
yeah, seven
No,
classes.
uh-huh. I couldn't walk.
Oh my goodness.
So I was like, okay, I don't know how to do this stuff. So I need to get
Yeah,
some training.
training. Hmm. Wow. So you have a trainer now and everything that helps you out.
I have a trainer and I'm taking classes.
And you're taking classes. Okay. Okay.
Classes with
That's
a very good trainer. And we have a little group where they teach you the
uh,
mechanics, the movements.
I love that. I love that. I wish Giselle hopped on here. She'll probably be on here at some point, but I know we had a little conversation in the chat in the comments, and you were talking about it. Like you were talking about because one of my questions was like, I hear a lot about Pilates, but I don't really know what that is. Like I don't really know how you define it. Can you do you want to take this time right now to like because I'm gonna
Yeah.
record this. So yeah, if you want to
You don't
explain it.
yeah, you don't want to wait for her to
Yeah,
hop in?
I want to wait for her, but I don't know how long she's gonna be on here. Like at the same time, it may be a minute. And if you want to repeat
Yes.
it, you can. But
Yeah,
I want to
definitely.
know.
So
Hmm.
what do you want to know?
I just like what is it? Like why is it? Because it's getting so big. Why? What is
Why
it?
is it so big? Because
Yeah,
it
exactly.
helps. I mean, it literally works. I call it, and my trainers call it. I'm starting to become a certified mat Pilates teacher.
Nice,
My coaches or my trainers call it the powerhouse. The powerhouse is combined by inner and outer thighs,
nice.
lower abdominals, and the rib cage. So
Mm,
it's kind of like imagine this like old girdles
yeah.
that came from down the hips all the
Mm,
way like almost to the bra line.
mm.
So all those muscles are working.
Wow.
Some people call it core,
Core. Yeah.
but
Mm.
the thing is that the core sometimes they can be just like the six pack muscles, but the powerhouse also involves the outer and inner thighs and a bunch of other muscles like the back,
Wow.
etc. Like I wrote it down because I'm like the glutes,
Oh
the
wow.
pelvic floors,
Wow.
shoulder,
Shoulders. Wow.
yeah, everything. So it works everything,
Wow.
especially the powerhouse.
Yeah.
And because, well, especially for women, it's so popular, it's because it works the pelvic floor. I don't
Mm.
know, as you know, if you're in the age of bearing children,
Grandchildren. Yeah.
the pelvic floor becomes weakened,
Facts.
and it's very well recommended for people that have had kids or
Mm.
maybe like a pre and postnatal.
Needle.
Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
Even for people with back injuries because it works the back muscles too.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
And and it was created by Joseph Pilates back in the time, and they used to
Mm.
call it contrology. And the reason why it was called like that, it was because it was control movement,
Mm.
mind and movement, and the movements are not meant to make you bulky in the sense of like having bulky muscles,
Yeah. Weight loss.
more
Like
like
yeah.
lean muscle.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not against the bulky muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you still look nice. You're nice.
I'm like getting like muscly mainly because
Oh.
of kettlebells,
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but also restricts me because as you know, you grow your muscles and my thighs are humongous. So it restricts my movements.
Yeah.
When I'm
Yeah.
doing Pilates, I look
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna put myself down, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it
I
does
got you. I
restrict.
got you. Yeah.
And if you become stiff when you're like lifting, but when you do Pilates, it's like more like you're releasing, you're elongating.
Mm. Wow.
That's
Wow.
why it's so good. And again, because of people having like injuries or pre-existing conditions, sometimes it's very helpful. It doesn't mean it's gonna take away everything,
Yeah.
but it's painless, I would say. And as a lot of older people
Yeah.
and lose all that muscle mass,
Yeah. Yeah.
it makes it easier. They have so many, I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah. I love it. Giselle better hop on
You're
here. She better hop on
asking
here
me
because I
that.
love this. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have like, I wrote it down. They have
Mm.
10 different apparatus that they use in the Pilates, classical Pilates work.
Okay.
And they use them mainly to challenge the body and also to help you.
Mm.
If you have like a range of motion issue,
Yeah.
they use different equipment to help
Wow.
you position. So at one point you don't have to use them anymore. Well,
Yeah.
some of them you use them because they're challenging, but some others you use them because it makes it easier to get into the movement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love that because a lot of bigger body people
People. Yeah.
um feel threatened by the day-to-day gym goer.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So whenever they take Pilates, they're welcome because if
Yeah.
you have some kind of you're
Emotions
threatened by
restricted.
that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You see older people, you see
Yeah.
all ages
Uh-huh.
people, all body people. And
Wow.
this helps you be more mobile. I would say be more
Be more
mobile
mobile.
overall.
That's good. That's the thing too, because I also see how some people or a lot of people contribute Pilates to just women. Would you also say that men can do it as well? Like, what would you say about that?
Well, athletes,
Hmm.
man, it helps a lot. I don't know if you've seen like there's a lot of athletes that actually they're just men that
Yeah,
practice Pilates.
yeah.
Because they use it more as mobility, but it helps so much more than that. Just like I said
Mm.
before, it's just like the powerhouse muscles.
Powerhouse muscles. Yeah, yeah.
So they take it and it's very beneficial for athletes. That's why I was like, I'm still since I'm learning, I created a little group with athletes and
Mm.
how I want to see how Pilates can help the athletes in their performance.
Oh, that's dope. That is so.
I'm
This is
interested.
this is your group, a little small group you created.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. How are you
Yeah, I'm
finding?
doing it. I'm just like posted on Instagram. I'm like, who wants to be part of it? And I have some kettlebell coaches that are part of it. Some other people that want to just try it. So I'm really really happy about that.
That's dope. That's so freaking dope.
I want to see how they benefit from it. You know,
Yeah, absolutely,
because
absolutely. I mean,
just like you said, people think, oh, it's just women.
just women. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And Giselle thought it was just skinny women. She was like, "Oh, it looks like it's just skinny women doing it." But you're like, "No, it's heavy. All size women, men are doing it."
Yeah, and I mean, my trainers also with the thing of being diversity, you see
Mm.
mostly I'm not going to be racist with this
Yeah.
comment, but a lot of the people that you see out there doing Pilates are white
Yeah.
women,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And my trainers are African American.
Mm.
So, and that for me in itself, I wanted to take the class with them because they know also that Hispanics, like in my case,
Yeah.
we have bigger bodies,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
bigger buttons, bigger
Absolutely.
legs,
Absolutely. Hips. Absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely. I love that.
So they know how
Yeah.
that feels, and
Yeah.
also because when you go to a studio, and it depends on the studio you go,
Yeah.
most of the time what you find is white thin women.
Exactly.
It's just a thing you see, and
Yeah.
you see it on social media,
Mm.
but anybody can benefit from it, not just
Facts.
white skinny people. We
Yeah.
cannot benefit from it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that's super dope. I think it's super dope. I think the information you're saying is stuff that a lot of people need to know because Pilates doesn't seem to be something it seems like it's starting to get popular like now. But has it been around? Like has it always been popular?
It has been around for a long time since Joseph Pilates came out with it, but then he passed their teachings to other teachers that have continued the tradition, but now they have so many different kinds of Pilates. Like I said before, it used to
Mm,
call contrology. Now it's called Pilates because it's just easier to say, I guess.
yeah.
Um,
Mm.
But a lot of the modalities out there, it's like yoga, right? Yoga has like so many different modalities. Like they have different kinds of yoga for
Facts.
different purposes.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
going to the gym and different using different machines. Every
Yeah,
single machine might work a different muscle group.
absolutely.
So when you're doing Pilates, they have the contemporary Pilates. They use weights. They use different
Mm.
props, but classical just sticks to more to the truest form that he taught when he was alive.
Wow.
And that's the kind I'm taking because I want to learn more to the classical and the
Hmm.
purest form of Pilates than the one that's mixing everything.
Yeah, yeah. I love that.
Because sometimes you see people that are just influencers doing exercise in reformers, which is the big kind of bed looking thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you're like, what are they doing?
Doing, yeah. Yeah.
Why are they
Yeah.
putting the leg like that?
Yeah. Hmm.
And they're not really, you're wondering if that's actually Pilates, right?
Pilates, exactly. Hmm.
Is might have season and sprinkling of
Yeah.
Pilates,
Yeah.
but it's not sticking to the truest form.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of biased.
Yo, you are, yeah, like I've never met someone who speaks of it as passionately as you do. Like I love that. The fact that you're becoming an instructor. You seem like you found your lane because you know you have regular weightlifting, you have powerlifting, you have bodybuilding. You can do all of those different things, but you chose Pilates, you know, over it. And I see why. You know, mobility, I think at the end of the day, a lot of people focus on aesthetics. They focus on how you look, but mobility is so freaking important.
And do you know that mobility is not just kind of like extending your range of motion, but I also study mobility, and mobility is a combination between strength and also range of
Wow.
motion.
Wow.
So it's not just one part of like, oh, well, you just have to do flexible and you have to stretch. Mobility is more than that. It includes strength training.
Wow.
So even if you take a class of mobility, it won't be just like, okay, we're gonna move the joint like this. It's more than that. So you have to strengthen yourself to be able to create that space within
Mhm.
yourself
Yeah.
to be able to move to that range of motion. And sometimes you're using weights for that, or you're
Yeah.
using bands, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
not just like, well, we're gonna static stretch. Stretching is part of mobility, but it's not
Mhm.
all. So yeah, mobilization definitely in Pilates
Oh,
exists.
oh, that's so freaking dope. What you just said, I had no idea. Mobility included, like you said, strength training. Like it
Mm-hmm.
there's resistance there, there's weights, there's like you said,
Everything.
I would have never thought that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
that's interesting. I would have never
Kind of
thought that.
mind blowing,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Because
mind
people
blowing.
say mobility, become mobile, do mobilizations.
Yeah.
Mobilization includes not only the joints, but it includes strength training.
Yeah.
Because most of us are not doing everything. We're not doing static stretching. We're not doing strength. We're not combining things. We're just doing
Yeah.
one. I mean, so many athletes that I know that they're doing just a conventional weightlifting. I'm like, okay, so how are you stretching? Because stretching is still important.
Mhm.
Oh no, I don't stretch. Oh well, then you're seeing yourself getting injured.
Yeah. How do you not stretch? Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah, and then you wonder why you have shoulder pain or you got
Exactly.
back pain.
Exactly.
Did you stretch? No. You
No.
just go to
Yeah,
the gym
yeah.
and then just leave.
Yeah. What is stretching? Like I had some people ask me what is like it's like what do you don't know what stretching is? Like it's like it's what you should do before you work out, you know, but yeah, I love what you're saying. I think that you definitely keep going in what you're saying and what you're doing because I truly feel like a lot of people just don't understand the significance. And you pointing out what you're pointing out right now, I think is something that a lot of people could get into if they hate yoga or if they hate stretching. Pilates is a way to get into or to find another way to get into that mobility.
Hmm.
You know,
And
so
I don't think it's all. I think it's very important to mention that Pilates is just a modality that you choose,
yeah.
and it can be done as an additional thing to your regular training. Let's say
Yep. Yep.
I'm guessing you go to the gym and you lift
Hmm.
traditional weights.
Yeah.
It can be in addition to,
Yeah,
because it will be beneficial for you at the end. It's not something to just do by itself. Now, I
exactly.
still like weight training. I still like my kettlebells.
Mm-hmm.
I will still do that and teach
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
in combination of, Pilates,
Exactly.
both of them
And
together, because you're getting like the strength training and you're getting also mobility and,
yeah.
the powerhouse
Mm-hmm.
training that you need.
Freaking dope. That's so freaking dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. You're amazing. Like already off the bat, before they even get in here, they missed it. I don't know where they are, but they
Okay.
should they should be hopping in here soon. Or someone. But I want to go ahead and just dive into the topic. I want to go ahead and dive into what I wanted to talk about.
What is the topic?
Essentially, because last time we talked about your top three workouts or workout equipments, right? So we kind of got into like the technical aspects of working out and what type of workouts, what type of equipment do you use or like to use. But today I wanted to talk about the gym. So like
Hmm.
specifically, how does one choose a gym? Because everyone's always talking about Planet Fitness, LA Fitness. You have all these freaking gyms, 24, 7 gyms. Like you have all these different type of gyms and people are spending tons of money, right? It's like I know one female that spends over $200 a month for her gym membership. It's like crazy, crazy numbers. Um, but I guess for people who may be new to the gym or new to working out, like how can one know how to choose a gym that's right for them? That's kind of what I want to dive into. Just that whole perspective of how what you can look out for, different things that you can look out for. And so I guess for you, I guess first off, the question would be, or the first question I have is, does the gym matter? Like, does the type of gym that you go to matter? And then why or why not?
That's a good question. I'm not a gym goer.
You're not?
No.
Thank you. I'm not a gym guy. I'm so glad. Yo, I'm glad I met somebody. Thank you. But you still have to answer it. But yeah, I'm not a gym guy either. I'm not a gym
Sorry.
guy. I know.
How would I choose? But first, what can the person afford? Because it's true. I mean, we all are in different income brackets.
Absolutely.
Now, if a person can afford a $200 gym membership, good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you are able to spend that kind of money on a
hmm
gym.
hmm
I used to go to Planet Fitness. Then I switched and went to a CrossFit gym. Then I
mm
was also doing Pilates, but then I stopped Pilates and I went back to CrossFit. Then stopped that altogether.
Yeah.
And I have my own little garage gym that I put together with,
hmm
I have a bench and I
hmm
have traditional weights and I have a
Yeah.
bunch of kettlebells and I will probably continue buying kettlebells.
Yeah.
Just just mainly what is your goal,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think
Exactly.
those are the questions you have to ask yourself. What is my goal? How can
Mm.
I accomplish my goal?
Oh, that's good.
Is it losing weight? Is it gaining more muscle mass?
Mm.
What is your goal?
What is your goal? What is your goal?
Because
So
you
your
can
goal.
you can do
Yeah.
cardio anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Exactly. You can do it in your house. You can make your own gym. Like you said, what is your goal? That's really good.
Mhm.
That's
What
so
is your goal?
so then
I
would you
see
say
I
no, go
see
ahead,
you
go
have
ahead.
a pull-up bar right behind you.
Oh, absolutely. You see that? Yo,
Yeah, I see
yeah, yeah. And
that.
I have the bands too. I have the bands. They're like back this way. But yeah, I have the bands like dang, you can see that?
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I do the same thing. Like for me, the gym has become very overpopulated. So I feel like if you're trying to go to the gym, you have to wait for the machine. It's like can't even get to what I'm trying to do because I have to wait for someone else.
exactly.
That's my reasoning. What's your reason for like not going to the gym anymore?
Kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was spending like when I was training on this like fat loss
mm,
program, which I
hmm
did lose a lot of fat, but
mm.
also my husband told me I smell like broccoli, so I had to stop doing it. Uh, yeah, I ate a lot of vegetables, so I think I need to eat like at the time I was eating like a lot of vegetables and protein and no like carbs, like only like minimal carb, minimal fruits. And it was a really tough program. But anyhow,
Yeah,
I spent 2, 3 hours at the gym
yeah.
and at night because I had to work. So at what time could I go? At night. Then I would spend time away from my kids. And then it got, the kids are getting older
Yep.
and spend more and more time away from them. So again, what is your goal?
Yeah.
What is your situation like?
Mm, mm,
What can you afford?
mm,
Um,
mm.
so I was like, okay, I have to do something and I don't want to stop moving. So I start working out on my garage, on my living room,
Oh.
and now I still have a garage. So my door's there. So if the kids need
Mm,
something, they can
exactly.
interrupt me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, they better not, but
They better not. Right. It's mommy time. It's me
my
time.
time,
Yeah, yeah,
even if
yeah.
it's 2 hours, at least I know
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
not
exactly.
somewhere else
Else, yeah.
waiting for somebody to finish their set, just like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, come on, like, and the fact that you're a mom and you felt that taking on the role of, okay, if I have a home gym, I'm able to actually be there for my children. I'm actually able to also, I feel like you've been an example. You're more of an example. They can see what you're doing, right? It's like, oh man, let me look in here and see what mommy's doing. Or they can hear you outside in the garage doing something. Like you're more of an example because they can't see you when you're at the gym, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. Like
Yep. And I mean they're my guinea pigs too. I'm like, okay, let me teach you how to do a kettlebell swing. And they're like, okay, you're like forced to do it with me.
facts, facts. That's so true. You get to use them and bring them into the workout. You get to
Yeah.
bring them in. That's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so true. You're gonna
And
make
they
people.
actually learn pretty fast. I was like, okay, it took me like 6 months to learn the swing. Now it took you like 15 minutes. How
Yeah,
fair that is.
yo, you'll be surprised. Like they know so many different. Well, when their role model or their mom or their dad or someone that they look up to is doing something, a lot of times kids want to do it too. They want to be a part of what you're doing because they look up to you. They admire you. You know,
Hmm.
that's so freaking
So
dope.
I
Do they
think
work?
to answer your question, it's like I don't think I will be the best person to answer, but I will always ask myself if I were a person just starting out, what is my goal? What can I afford?
Yeah.
Do I like the machines that they have there, the things that they offer, at what
Yeah.
time they close, at what time they open? What is your schedule like?
Mm,
It all depends.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It all
No,
depends.
I mean, I liked to pay less money, but the problem is, like you said, there are a lot of people that go there in certain hours. Then for example, Planet Fitness, the one that I used to go, they didn't have more than 3 kettlebells, so I couldn't do
Oh
my
my
workout.
goodness. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And then if
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to use the machines, they're always with people, and there's a bunch
Yeah.
of people like using free weights,
Yeah.
and I couldn't find a bench, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
That's a whole nother thing. Exactly. Exactly. So because there's some gyms that have more machines than free weights.
mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's a
And
whole.
they have a pool, and I'm like,
And how
okay,
about
well,
you?
I want to go and have a pool
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and
I mean,
sauna.
yo, Asana. Exactly. Exactly. All of those things matter. It's like,
Yeah.
but like you said too, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to how long are you trying to spend in the gym? That makes, like you said, your time. How much time do you have to put towards the gym? How much money do you have? You
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah.
that,
And
that
what class you want to take? Maybe you find a gym that offers a class that you like to take.
oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mom, my mom goes to the YMCA and
Hmm.
she goes to a specific class for seniors.
Yeah.
So she likes the YMCA because she takes the class for seniors.
Exactly. Exactly. Some gyms are more senior based, senior centered, around those type of people because that's the people that they bring in the most. You're exactly right. Oh,
Right.
that's so good. That's so freaking good. Like, so then what would be some of the things to look out for that are negative? What would you say would be some of the eye openers that are like, if you see this, then you may want to reconsider? Or if a gym does this or has this, then you may want to watch out for this. What would be some of those things you would tell people?
Oof. It's hard to think about that because I think the gym is made of people. So sometimes it's not the gym that sucks,
It's the
it's the
people.
people.
True. True. That's true. I like how you put that. That's true. And people suck.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't mind. I love like how people do Olympic weightlifting and
Yeah.
they can like slam that down, you know.
Yeah.
But if there's some gyms that restrict you from being yourself, also it might be a problem for what you're trying to accomplish.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, it's like I wouldn't say watch out for anything. At
Yeah.
some point, you can't really control every single thing of a gym because you
Facts.
can't control people unless you go talk to like a supervisor or something and somebody's not really like being pleasing or they're dirty or they leave
Mm-hmm.
bench all wet. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, there's so many factors. It's like
Mm-hmm.
people make the gym. It's
Mm-hmm.
like for me it's not the same as church, but church is made of people.
People, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a really good comparison. That's a church and the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean my sister tells me it's hard to choose a church.
It's hard to choose a church. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So watch out for people more than you
Mm-hmm.
watch out for gyms.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. How would you say someone can get over, let's say, because I guess even before you can even choose a gym, you have a lot of people that are even afraid to even enter or go into a gym because of, like you said, the way they look or the way they are, or those different aspects. What advice would you give someone that's struggling with trying to go inside of a gym? They're too nervous or too scared.
Find a trainer.
Ooh,
Spend money on
ooh,
yourself and get
ooh.
somebody that knows it. Get
Ooh.
somebody with good knowledge
That's good. Yeah,
and just spend a little bit of money trying to get there.
yeah.
If you're too scared, because for me, what the most scary thing was when I went to the gym was not knowing how the machine worked.
Yep.
And I don't want to look like an idiot. So trying to make the machines, how do you
Mm-hmm.
adjust this?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
How do you use this? I
I
don't
was
want
looking
to.
at it, and you can hurt yourself. Going back to what you said,
Yeah,
you can hurt yourself. Yeah.
that's the main thing. You
That's
can
the
hurt
main thing.
yourself. So if
Yeah.
you feel threatened about going,
Yeah.
have a few sessions with a trainer. See how
Facts.
that's like.
Ooh, that's good.
So you can lose the
That's good.
fear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Have someone that has already been in that realm, that knows the gym, that knows the people, have them guide you into the workout or guide you into, and that makes you more comfortable. Or perhaps going with a group of people.
Yes and no. I was gonna
Mm.
say that.
Okay, okay. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
with
Talk
a
about it.
friend,
Yeah.
but friends can also not be right.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. They could take you away from it.
So
Mm-hmm.
right, unless are you have studied and you
Yeah.
have a lot of knowledge and you really see that the person has valuable information, then
Facts.
I will be a little bit hesitant about taking information or advice from somebody random, or
Yeah.
even if it's not somebody random, but if it's your friend.
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. It's good motivation.
Yeah.
And maybe if
Yeah.
you have a friend that wants to go and you hire a trainer, or maybe we can go half and half to make it more affordable, or maybe, to see if somebody can train us both and find a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
husband hated the fact that he knows a lot about fitness. And I was like, la, 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 la. And it's mainly because in my head, you don't have a certification, you don't know what you're doing, which is wrong. Because a lot of people that know what they're doing and they don't have a
I have a
certification.
certification. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it took me years to trust him too, because I
What?
was afraid to get hurt. And why this guy's making me do all these weird
Yeah,
things?
yeah, yeah. He didn't have a certification. He's not certified.
No, no, but he's amazing.
But
I
he's
mean, he
amazing. Yeah.
knows his
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Yeah,
and I didn't really trust him.
yeah, yeah. I get
So
that.
it really depends. But I think if you want to lose the fear,
Yeah.
get a trainer. And if
Ooh.
you have a friend that really knows their shit, sorry, their stuff,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, you good. Mm-hmm.
then definitely get that too. Yeah, you can.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do you and your husband work out together?
No,
Why not? What? Like,
no,
why not?
because I do my own thing. I think it's important to find your individual interests, you
Mm,
know.
true.
And he likes traditional weightlifting, and
Yeah,
I don't
you don't.
really care about it. It's
Yeah,
just not something that I'm attracted to doing.
yeah,
He
yeah.
likes it, but I do get help from him. Like yesterday, I was trying to do
True.
a squat. I
Yeah.
couldn't squat.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking,
Mm-hmm.
I was hinging. I was not
Mm-hmm.
doing squat. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's try this. Let's try that. He was very patient with me.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's
So
dope.
those are the moments that I like, please help.
Exactly. 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 Would you say too, having, well, I guess how important is having a spotter? I know a lot of people try to like ego lift. You know, they're always trying to like do it. What do you say about that? Like people who are also in the gym trying to ego lift or trying to max out their weights. What do you say to people like that?
For people that are, I mean, just get somebody to help you.
Does money help you? Yeah.
What can you, yeah, a lot can go wrong if you don't have anybody to help you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
for
That's
what
fact.
I've seen.
Yeah. 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 Because it's always.
Not experience, but
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah. 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 I'm
oh,
glad because I've seen someone die. I've seen someone die from having
you
the.
did?
Yeah. Someone. They had the. I should have never watched the video, but
Oh,
yeah, it was a video, but I clicked the video and I watched it, but essentially they were ego lifting, you know, and they have the headphones on and stuff, and no one was around. Or there may have been people around, but they wasn't paying attention. And he had um the bar, and he was putting weights on the sides and whatnot. And he came up, came down, and he went one too many, and he couldn't get it back up, and it choked him out. It literally choked him out. So you know, it's always ego. What would you say about that too? People bringing their ego to the gym. They always come into the gym with ego. What do you say to people like that?
it's hard not to have an ego. I think we all have an ego.
It's hard.
Even for me, like I'm doing kettles, I'm doing swings, I'm like rapidly, my ego doesn't
I
really
see you. I
last.
see you. I see your videos. Yeah. No.
I mean, I do have an ego. I'm like, look at me, look what I can do. Like the kids, look what I can do. But then
Me
I
too.
see
Me
people, and
too.
then I'm like comparing myself, and I
Yeah.
hate that because we're humans. I'm like comparing myself with other stronger ladies than me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Mm-hmm.
cannot lift that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned to appreciate my my position right now of learning, because before I wasn't. I wanted to just be like the big guys and
Yeah.
big girls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because I got hurt, I was like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I can take my time to get there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's hard to leave the ego out the door. I think you go
Yeah.
and you learn with
Yeah.
time
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to have less ego.
Yeah, yeah, to have less ego. Exactly, exactly. Like, and the gym will humble you.
Yes.
It will humble you. If you have ego and you think you can go in there with your ego and not and get away with it, the gym will humble you.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah.
It just I just hope that it doesn't humble you in a way where, like you said, it's injury, where you injure yourself
Right.
the way, you know?
Right.
Because that stuff really
But
it
it
carries you.
happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. It does happen.
It happens.
Um, but oh, okay, you work out at home.
Mm-hmm.
So with working at home, and I work at home too. I haven't been to the gym in probably like 3 years. Uh,
Wow.
yeah,
How's
yeah.
that working out for you?
Oh, I freaking love it. Like to be able to control what you do. You know, I like actually that you can't see it, but down here, I bought an under the desk elliptical. So I
Oh,
like
nice.
because I record content, I'm always on my phones. I have like two, three phones around here. Like I'm always doing stuff, podcasts, and you know, I'm sitting a lot. So I thought to myself, I was like, how can I get that, you know, get my recording in, get all this in while still burning calories? You know, I still want to make sure I'm moving at times. And cardio to me, it can be very boring. So I have to make it fun. I have to make it fun. I have to watch something it could be super boring. Like I have to watch a movie, play a game. I have to, you know, be working on doing something on my phone. And so doing that while sitting down doing the elliptical, I'm able to burn like 800 calories a day just from cardio.
Nice.
It's,
Nice.
it's amazing. I love it. I
And
freaking
you
love it.
have like a place where you can put your stuff in, or how does it work?
Everything's here. Like it's underneath my desk. Like you said, I have this, my resistance bands. They're there. I have three levels of resistance bands. I do, you know, all type of body movement, weight resistance type workouts. I do full body every day because the resistance bands aren't that they're not that, you know, strenuous on the muscles. So I love working out so much to where I told myself, okay, if I'm gonna work out every day, I'll make sure it's something that's not super crazy. So machines, things of that nature, that kind of, you know, can make you pretty sore. But resistance bands coupled with an elliptical, you know, something like that, like a bicycle or cycling, it's easy on the joints. I used to do a lot of running, and my hips and my knees, like,
Suffer.
yo, they suffer. Like, no one told me that. No one told me running and when you run a lot, it puts a lot of strain on your knees, and I just started having like knee, pain
Okay.
and hip pain.
Yeah.
As soon as I started doing cycling, no
I
pain.
don't run.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I
I
don't
wish I
run.
didn't run. What kind of cardio do you do then? Just Pilates
Kettlebells.
and kettlebells.
Kettlebell swings.
How? Tell me that. How does kettlebells help with cardio? Is it like hit cardio?
No, I mean, you have so many things you can do with kettlebells. It's insane. You can do a strength training with kettlebells. You can do cardio. I mean, I consider anything that like that is my heart going cardio, right? Because I can
Yeah.
be doing swings and do sets of swings, one hand swing, two hand swings, and in between, I can be doing pogos or I can be
Nice.
jumping jacks,
Yeah.
and I blast the music, I start dancing around, I try to
Mm-hmm.
come up with like creative ways to keep myself going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say that I'm the best at it, because I don't like cardio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I don't.
I got you.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I do. I think kettlebells has like kept me there,
Yeah.
with the swing, mainly because I love swings. I love
Wow.
swings. It's one exercise that I can actually do, and I'm
Yeah.
good at.
And you're good at. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I seen you. I seen you.
You're
Like,
good at something, then you stick with that
you
until
stick
you
with
learn
that.
a new movement, you know?
Yep.
Like I'm
Yep.
practicing my push-ups. I don't know how to do a full push-up yet or pull-up.
Really?
Hmm.
Or a pull-up. A lot of females struggle with pull-ups. Yeah. Wow.
I will learn.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people saying, well, females cannot. I have a lot of friends that can do pull-ups like crazy.
Right.
I'm working myself to the point of doing a pull-up.
Wow.
I'm not there yet.
Mm.
I think I need to get there to the point that I'm
Yeah.
able to do a pull-up. But
Mhm.
I got a pull-up bar like
Bar.
you, so
Yep. Yep.
can do it.
Exactly. Exactly. And you can do assisted pull-ups too. Do you ever try those? Like the bands?
I've tried that too, and I just don't think I'm getting the concept of the movement. I'm a nerd, so I like to study how the muscles are moving, what it is what. And next, I think in 2 weeks,
Hmm.
we're going through pull-ups with the class that I'm taking. They're
Wow.
teaching the mechanics of the pull-up, and maybe
Wow.
that will help me get to that point.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if I need to, I will hire somebody that can actually coach me to do my first pull-up, which I do want to accomplish.
Wow. You would hire somebody to teach you how to do a pull-up.
No, why not? Why
You
not? Like
I freaking love it. I love it. Like,
people try
wow.
to rush too much, and I'm 42.
Nice.
I mean, even though again, I'm not trying to push it out there, but for
Hmm.
me, it's at least in my head, it's harder to
Yeah.
do if I don't understand how things work.
How
And
things
it's
work.
just maybe it's just me, but also I feel like a lot of the times when you're doing something, you're like, okay, my knees are not very strong,
Yeah.
or my back muscles are not very strong. So
Yeah.
how I'm going to get to that? And then you're like, okay, I have to work on this, I have to work on that. And there's so many things you have to work on
Mm-hmm.
that if I work everything at once, I will get injured. And I
Facts.
know it because it's my body. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you're telling me, bands you're using,
Yeah.
elliptical, that's
Yeah.
what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
facts.
I'm happy that you do that because a lot of people want to, again, ego or start doing crazy stuff and then they get injured and they're like,
Yeah.
why did I get injured?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what works for you might not work for me. What works for
Exactly.
me might not work for you.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it is. That's what it is. Do what works for you. And if it's not broken, then why try to fix it? You know?
Right?
Why try to fix what isn't broken? Like at the end of the day, you know, and I'm very big on having fun. How how big are you on having fun? Like, how everyone you have some people who are like, oh, you have to, even if you hate it, you gotta push through it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. I'm like, if I'm not having fun, I won't be consistent. I won't want to keep doing it. Do you agree?
Exactly. I agree. I agree. I went to a convention. It was called Liftapalooza, in Tennessee, and I don't know if you're familiar with Jordan Saya.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of just,
Jordan
yeah.
Saya is great. We had
Mm-hmm.
a whole day training with him.
Nice. Wow.
He was teaching different things, and I told him, I told him a little bit about me. He goes,
Nice.
for me, the main thing is to stop. have fun with it. And he said, exactly. That's the main thing, to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Why be miserable? This guy has been through so much, has such a background history to himself
Mm-hmm.
that him saying that to me, I was like, okay, I'm not doing that bad. He
Yeah.
taught me how to do my first lift with the bar. I think it was a deadlift. Well, no, it was I think it was like a wider stance
United
deadlift. I
States.
forgot the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but I lifted 155 pounds. Me, 150 when? Like I've never lifted that kind of weight before.
Wow. That's huge. Yeah.
And kettlebells got me to that.
Wow.
Just because I was practicing hinging and deadlifting with kettlebells,
Mm-hmm.
it helped me understand the bar better.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just I was having fun.
Yeah,
I
you
was
having
having
fun.
fun. But when people are pushing you, you gotta do this, but you got to work out. You have to do it. No,
It doesn't make me want to do it. Yeah, it's like
no, thank you.
yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, yeah. It's like no, thank you. Like I don't want to do something I don't want to do, and that's for anybody. You know, if you're in a marriage that you don't want to be in, you don't want to be you don't want to get in bed with that person. You don't want to like you don't want to see that person. You don't want to wake up to that person. If you're in a relationship, you don't want to be with it. Like it's the same thing with anything. Fitness relates to
Jobs,
jobs,
jobs.
every freaking thing. Like
Yeah.
like if you
Well,
don't,
jobs are not fun all the
jobs are not
time.
fun. No, no,
Depends
no.
what you do. Sometimes you just have to do the job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
like
Sometimes
sometimes, but sometimes, depends of your day. Like I don't know if it happens to you. But whenever you go to do your pull-ups and your bands and you feel like sometimes you don't really want to that day and you
facts.
still do it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
facts. That's facts. That is facts. Like, yeah, sometimes you have those days, you have those one, and sometimes it could be because maybe you need to rest. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you just need to rest. Maybe that day you don't need to do anything, just rest. Or maybe you need to switch it up.
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
Turn on a different type of music. Turn on a different TV show while you're working out, like, or do a different routine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, spice it up. It's like dating. It's like dating, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
you always you know if my lady always wear like the same dress or the same leggings, you know, it's like I want to see something different today. You know, like it's not, like we're going somewhere like we're going some. How about that black dress? You know, I like that. You know, like or just anything. Like it's really about making it spicy, spicing it up a little bit. You know, making
Yeah.
switching it up. And I think those aspects carry consistency. That's what makes a person consistent. That's what
Right.
that's what
So
makes you like
it's
that.
not even about it's not for me something about having fun is very important, but it's not all because then if you're not consistent, then well, at least in my head, if I'm not doing what I said I was gonna do, I have the I guilt trip myself. I'm like, oh,
Absolutely.
I didn't
Yeah.
do it
Absolutely. Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's on everybody. It's like
Yeah.
I feel guilty when I miss my sessions
Yeah.
or
Me too.
my training.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
like,
too.
I didn't do kettlebells today. I have to practice this and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then you give yourself grace. You're like,
Exactly.
you're just going through a bad day or whatever you're going through, and then you just need to
Exactly.
rest, just like you said. Give
Exactly.
yourself grace.
Give yourself grace. You know, give yourself grace. You're only human. You know, this is a body that gets tired. You know, sometimes you may have someone that just died, a family member that just passed, or you may be going through a depressive state. Maybe you may be dealing with depression. Like sometimes you don't feel like it. But
Yeah,
one thing is for sure, if you're having fun, you may not feel like it all the time. But
yeah.
those moments when you do feel like it, oh, you'll feel like you're freaking you can fly, you know?
Yes. So,
Like you can fly, you know?
yeah.
So that's what I always try to stress. I try to stress that with my group. I try to stress that with everyone that I talk to. And I'm glad you stress that. I'm so glad you stress that, Andrea. Um, again, I don't have too many questions left. And I
Huh.
again, no one popped in. I don't know. Look, they knew you were coming. I guess they didn't want to come today.
Well, I hope it wasn't me. They're
No,
like,
no, I can't.
we don't want to argue with that lady.
Nah, it's not you. Something could have went wrong. Again, sometimes people pop up. It's a group. And people have things they do. Some people are even across the world. We have some people that join from different countries.
That's
So
very nice. Well, maybe
yeah.
next time I'll pop in again.
Yeah. You have to, because then that way you can feed around more with other people as well, you know. But today, I guess, you know, they were doing what they were doing. But I'm still what you said, the things you said, the value you just brought on here. Oh my freaking goodness! Like
Thank you so much.
I love everything you said, Andrea. Because I watch your content, I see you, I see what you're doing. Like you're a lot like Chanel. Again, kettlebells. Y'all are always posting. You post a lot. You post, you know, a lot of different things. You don't just post fitness. I see you posting a lot of different things. Um, but I do see.
Another insight. Another insight Jordan Side told me. I asked him, should I separate my personal contact from the fitness stuff? He has a bunch of followers. He's a really successful business.
Mm,
And he said, no,
no, I was about to say.
do
I
not
know.
separate it. And I
Mm,
was like, okay, I won't.
that's good. That's good. That's good.
So I have that feedback from somebody that has been in the business for so long. I
Exactly.
have a lot of tips that I've learned in that weekend. So
Mhm.
next time we hop in, I'll share more stuff,
Share more. Yeah, exactly. That's super freaking dope.
especially for coaches
Yeah.
or for you that you have a following too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And thank you for that. Like it used to be Let's Just Talk Fitness, and I used to just talk about fitness. So all my content was just about fitness. I ended up changing it because I got tired of I was like, man, it's so much more to me than fitness. You know?
Right.
I love art. I love movies. I love anime. I love gaming. I love all these other things. I was like, I gotta talk about everything. So then I changed my name, and this happened maybe like almost a year ago. I changed it from Let's Just Talk Fitness to Let's Just Talk Trey. I said, okay,
Good.
it's gonna be about things that I personally like, and I'm gonna create communities around it. So now I have like 10 communities where I do stuff like this. So
Very
yeah.
nice.
Hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Thank
where
you
it
so
all
much.
absolutely, Andrea. Thank you again. We'll have you on next time. TikTok. This is Andrea. Y'all go follow her. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. I'm on TikTok live. But again, I hope they go follow you as well. I'll post all your stuff below. I'll have your Instagram and your TikTok below as well. But again, thank you so much. And if there's
Thank you.
anything you want to say to everybody before we close out.
Have fun. Have fun with the process. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Ooh,
Everybody that wants to do this, they have to start somewhere. Start somewhere
sorry, someone.
and just keep going.
Mm, mm.
It'll pay off, especially when you're older.
Uh,
Start early. Start early.
Andrea
Don't
talking
wait.
Andrea talking like she's 60. 40 is like 30 years old. That's the new 30. That's like 30.
It's harder. It's
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It's just
Yeah.
harder. Start early.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
all I'm saying.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Andrea, thank you so much. I will have you next time. And guys, as you guys know, until next time, thank you, Andrea. Peace. We'll talk next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.